Please ping me on the chat window. Let me create the package meanwhile. com.apipothi.class. Class is the keyword, so I cannot create. What I will do, CLAS, one S I'm using, not 2S. Okay. Now I have to create the class, which is a lab1. Okay. And then this will get compiled. Now I'm creating the chat is off. No, chat is not off. Someone is pinging saying that my chat is off. Really? Let me see. Hi. Chat is off. How it is possible? What to do then? Why chat is off? No, I can able to ping. No, I am able to see. Chat is working. Guys, please ping on from your side. No, chat is on. Okay. Now let me have some sys out so that we can track our execution. Lab 2. Yes, your chat is visible now. Okay, sorry, lab 1. So what is the class? So simple, no book example, okay, just simple English. So this is the Java project, no doubt here. Okay, now in this Java project, this is the structure of the project. All good? Good. I have created the package. Inside the package, I have created the lab1, which is the lab1 is the class having some main method. Okay. Now if I'm writing some code here, system.out.println, and executing this code, what will happen? You will get some output. Yes or no? Yes. Just hold on. First time compilation will take time. Now you see some output. Even though if I'm doing some mistakes here intentionally, what will happen? I'm doing some mistakes. Okay. Do you see the red color error? Do you see red color error? Which means that my compilation is getting failed. Yes or no? Yes. So these are all things happening where inside the class. Which class? Lab1. Okay. Now what I'm doing, I am creating one file, simple text file. Okay. And then I'm creating same code. I'm just putting the same code here. This is our actual code, right? So I'm putting it here. Do you see any issue here? Even though if I will do the intentionally some mistakes here, do you see you are getting any error? Are you getting any error? No. Why does this happening? Why when we are doing the some mistakes in this class, the compiler or IntelliJ is automatically suggesting that you have error on this line number. Whereas the same codes or same mistakes I am doing here, which is the plain text file, nothing come. It looks like as simple as it is. Why? Answer is very simple. Answer is very simple. So when Java is expecting you, Java is expecting your code has to be inside the class, which means that Java understand only class. First of all, .java file should be something .java, which is your file extension. After that, you should have some class. Then only Java will understand that, okay, you have some code written. Although main method is not mandatory, okay, without main also I can write the Java, okay. You see, this is perfectly fine, but the thing is that I have to write within a class. That is the main goal, either with the help of main method or without main method. It should be in class. Why it should be in class? Because Java understand, or Java can able to read the things from the class only. For JDK, the class is only visible. Visible means understandable form. Whereas this text file is not visible in terms of Java. Okay, I can read this text file through Java, but through Java, not this text file directly. Okay, so this is little bit on class introduction. Now you know better. So many books example. Okay, so what is the class? I have already explained you high level, but little bit on fancy example. So whenever we are writing our own code, okay, the Java class compulsory has to provide the information to the JVM. So as soon as you are writing the code, what will happen is behind the scene, the code is getting compiled. So who is getting this information? JVM is getting this information. So that class will be accessible. This we will learn. What do you mean by accessible from anywhere? That we will learn now. That is the only agenda. Child class we will also see. Instantiation we will also see. But just ignore these three lines for now. Understand this line is all about the class. What is the class? Which you got it. Now if you have observed that whenever I am writing the class, okay, whenever I am writing the class, do you see there is one word? The first one is the public, then class, and then class name. This is the basic syntax you see seen everywhere. If I will drill down this syntax, technically what is happening is that this public is nothing but your access modifier. What is this? Access modifier. Then class is what? Your keyword. And then name of the class. Yes or no? Name of the class. Clear? So this is the main syntax for the to have the class. Now if you see here, this class is the keyword, so no confusion here. Name of the class. Name of the class, there is a few rules, okay, that you can also understand. Okay, this is important. What should be the name of the class? You must be thinking that name of the class means name of the class, but there should be some mutual understanding rule also exists when we are giving the class name. Okay, mutual understanding means if you will not give the class name in that way, your code will still run, you will not get any error, but it doesn't looks good. Okay, so the first rule for the class is that first letter of the class name should be in uppercase. First letter, only first letter. If you put all letter in uppercase, no problem. If you put all letter in lowercase, no problem, no error. But it doesn't looks good. Okay, this is the best practices. Class name should start with, okay, start with alphabet. Only English, no 1 2 3. Okay, otherwise won't looks good. So these are two important point that you should know about the class name. Okay, so now we understood this area, class, we understood the name of the class. Only thing left is that what is the access modifier? What is the access modifier? What is the access modifier? So just think as a English, access modifier. Access modifier means something, it is saying something related to access. Okay, something related to access. As soon as you understood something related to access, two things definitely came into your mind. Only two things, public or private. Yes or no? That is actually meant for access having the English understanding, not the Java understanding. But in Java, we have these types of access modifier specific to the class. We have total 5 important or 5 access modifier. First one is called public. Second one is called default, final, abstract, and strict FP. Strict FP. Okay. So these are all is the access modifier for class, only for class. So far, whatever we wrote, we always use public. Have you seen here? By default, it is creating the public. But other than public also, we have some access modifier which is called public, default, final, abstract, and strict FP. So we are going to learn all those access modifier for the class. Clear? Clear. Now, the first access modifier that we are going to learn is public. Just think as a English. What do you mean by public? Public means accessible to everyone. Accessible to everyone. That is actually meant for public, right? Public place. In Java also, if your class is public, which means that this is accessible from anywhere. Okay, this is accessible from anywhere. I understood that this is accessible, but I did not understood that what do you mean by anywhere word. This word matters. Anywhere word matters. What do you mean by anywhere? Tell me, what do you think anywhere word means? Anywhere word means. Don't you think that if I am writing class in my system, you will be able to access? No, that is not the meaning of anywhere. Anywhere meant for different thing. Now if you remember, yesterday I have explained you about the package. You remember, right? Package. Now we will use that package concept widely from now. Okay. Now question remains same. What do you mean by anywhere? What do you mean by anywhere? On the level of programming, or here in Java, if I will say, what do you mean by anywhere? Meaning that it should be accessible accessible from, again, if I will say again from anywhere, you will not get the meaning of anywhere. So it should be accessible from all the PAC packages. Okay. Now still confusion. What do you mean by accessible from all the packages? We will learn now, don't worry. So now I am creating some package. This is very important concept, guys. Please focus. Okay. Right click, new package. So com.apipothi.package I am putting as a. Okay. Done. Then package I am putting as a B. Done. In A class, I am creating one Java class, name is employee. Okay. B class, I am creating one class as a student, student. Okay. Now I am creating here lab2. Lab2 is already there. So I am having one main method here. One lines of code you will not understand, but after this I will explain you. Okay. So if you see here, the package hierarchy is in package A, I have the, you see com.apipothi.a, which is the package name. It has the class called employee. com.apipothi.b, it has the class called student. Done. Now I am trying to explain you the public access modifier. Public access modifier. What it does, what does it say? It says that if your class is declared as a public, you can access that class from anywhere. So now I am trying to explain you the word anywhere. So what I am doing, employee so I have created the employee object. This I will explain you what do you mean by creating the object, but please understand now I am creating the employee object, which means that I am accessing the employee class. Okay. Similar way, student equal to new student. Okay. So this means, please try to understand, I am accessing the employee class. Simple. I will explain you, this is actually meaning the creating the object, but what is actually meaning of creating the object, that I will explain it, don't worry. I am accessing the student class. Now tell me, where is employee class? Tell me here, where is employee class? Employee class actually exists in here, package A. Yes or no? A student class exists in package B. Yes or no? Yes. These two classes exist in package A and package B respectively. From where I am accessing this class? I am accessing this class from the package, this one. This class exists here. Okay. The class is actually exist. This class is actually exist here, okay, in this package, whereas I am accessing from here. There are two things. Here it is resides and here I am accessing. Do you see both are the different packages? This is the A, B, and I am calling here. Technically, as per this example, I can say that public class can be accessible from different package. Public class can be accessible from the different package. Okay, different package. Agree or not agree? Agree or not? Agree or not? Please ping on the chat window yes or no. Yes. If this is accessible from different packages, which means that I can easily say that this is accessible from everywhere. Yes or no? The meaning of scope of everywhere in this project is max to max different package only. Either this package or this package, because I have only one project. Clear? Even though if I will create the multiple project, so the same public class can be accessible from another project also. Done? So this is the public. This is the easy one. Done? So just hold on guys, let me see. Okay, constructor. Now coming to the another access modifier is called default access modifier. What is called? Default. Public is the bigger one. It will be accessible from everywhere. Now what do you mean by default? Default means if a class declared as a default, okay, then that class is accessible only within a current package, not from the outside of the package. Simple things. Only within a current package, not from the outside of the package. Now I am going to write the code to understand this one. Okay. What you want to know? Default. Okay. Package A, package B. Now I am creating the package C. I am creating the package C. Okay. So that you can track this one. com.apipothi.abc. So what default is saying that, not default, default is, what default is saying that once you create the class, now I'm creating the class here. Okay guys, class name is, what should I say, employee, EMPLOYEE. This employee class available where? In C package. Now it is saying that if your class is default, so instead of public, now I'm creating the default, DEFAULT. Now I am creating the class as a default. Clear guys? Now what it is saying is that if I will create a class as a default, that class is not accessible, or that will be accessible within a current package, not from the outside. But problem is that whatever I am saying on the package level, but I want to create the default class. What I want to create? Default class. I am good. I have created the default. Instead of public, I have given the default, then class name. Do you think any issue here? Tell me guys, any issue do you see here? Default class. Any issue I'm seeing on the chat window? Any issue for the default class? Please tell default class. Why I am getting the error? That's the thing I am asking. Why I am getting the error? Why I am getting the error? Guys, please ping in me on the chat window why I am getting the error. Ping. No response. Answer is very simple. What I want to create? I want to create a default class. I have created. What happened? I got the error. There is a reason behind I am getting this error. The reason is that compiler is saying that don't worry. If you want to create the default class, you create it. But question is how? Java is saying that to create a default class, you really don't have to provide the default keyword. Okay? If you will not provide any keyword or any access modifier, by default that class is considered as a default class only. That's the reason you are getting the error. So concept is that if any access, if any class level access not present, then that class is considered as what? Then that class is considered as, then not class. If any class level access modifier is not present, then that class is considered as a, I don't like this English, default. This I don't like. I need to write little bit good. Then for that class, the access modifier is considered as default. This looks good. Okay, when you are writing the definition, it should be proper. So if any class level access modifier is not present, so this is the class. In the class level, do you see any access modifier? No. If not present, then for that class, means for this class only, the access modifier is considered as a default. Okay. So this is the default class. Now somehow we are able to create the default class, but that is the not end of the story. End of the story is, now I am going to create the lab 3. What I am going to create? Lab 3. And here I should be having the main method. Inside the main method, I am having the some sout start lab 3. Start end. Okay. Now let me run this code. So you will get lab 3 as a output, which is here. All good. Now what I'm trying to do, before writing the code, I want to explain you that I want to access this employee class. Okay, this employee class, which is actually exist where, which is actually exist in which package? Package com.apipothi.c package. Okay, this is actually exist in C package. Done. From. Now where I want to call? I want to call here. So technically what I am trying to do, the source is this one, source package this one, destination here. Okay. To call means I want to create the object. So what I am doing, I am creating the object. Employee equal to new employee. Done. Now do you see one thing? Have you observed one thing? By default, this compiler is actually calling the employee class from the A package. But what was our goal? Our goal is to call from the C package. So I am putting C instead of A. Done. Now as soon as I kept the C, means from C package, I am calling the employee class into this package. Done. That was the definition. Do you see the red color happen? This is red color, red color, red color, which means compilation failed. Compilation failed means Java is understanding that, Java is saying that, just see the error. Please see the error here. Java is saying that this is, this employee which is available in C package is not public. So cannot be accessed from the outside the package. Very simple English they wrote it. Cannot be accessed from the outside the package. Because your class is not public. That is stating that, or that is proving that what? The default class will not be accessible. The default class will not be accessible from the outside of the package. Clear? Clear or not? Good. Now, there is another very important access modifier which is called final. What is called final? What do you think about the final? Tell me. Final. So what should I do here? I am just commenting this line as well as I am commenting this line, so that error is not exist. Okay. Now final class. Final class means, actually I have created one file called notes. Where it went, I don't know. Here it went. No, I want to put on project level. Here, notes. So actually as simple, this is a very simple thing. There are something in Java or any programming language called parent and child relationship. Okay, same you can understand as a English also, or you can relate from your day-to-day life. So parent means, if I am writing class A, okay, and then I am writing class B. Extends A. Okay. So this extends word we will see we will see this word in inheritance, but extend word is basically meant for what? To make a parent-child relationship. If I will show you code like that, and I will ask you within this code, tell me which one is parent, which one is child. You will have no answers, because there is no relationship made. Yes or no? Both are separate class. Class A is separate, class B is separate. But here I am trying to make a relationship that class B is actually extending the class A. Okay. In this condition, I can say that the class A is considered as a parent, whereas class B is considered as a child. That's all for now. Okay. Just what is the parent, what is the child. Okay. What we are learning? Final. Final is the interesting one. So if a class, till now we understood the public, then we understood the default. So to declare the default, you don't have to write the default keyword explicitly. If you want to write any access modifier, compiler will automatically understand that this is the default. Moving to the third access modifier is called final. What it's called? Final. Final means if a class declared as a final, obviously class will only get declared, then we cannot create a child class. Simple. If you declared the class as a final, your class is final, then you cannot create a child class. What does it mean? So now I am creating the package called D, A, B, C, D. Okay. What I want to do, if a class declared as a final, then we cannot create a child class. So class D, I am having one Java class called parent A. Okay, simply I am putting parent A. Now this class I am making as a final. Done. Now I am creating another what? A, B, C, D, E. And then here I am creating one more class, not parent, child. Okay, child, child A. This let it be public only. Okay. Now there is a parent A, which is the final class. Okay. And then this is the child A, which is the public class. Okay. Now I am trying to make a relation parent and child. Till now there is no relationship made. How to made? So I am taking a help from extends keyword, extends on that, extends keyword, and I am putting the class name here. What is class name? Parent A. Done. As soon as I kept the parent A, and this error came, it is saying import class. I have imported. Now still error exists. If I will see this error, what actually it is saying? It is saying that cannot be accessed from the outside the package. So okay, leave it. So first of all, it is saying cannot access from the outside the package. I am good, no problem. So parent A, I am putting into the E package. So technically what I am doing, just avoid the confusion. First we'll go step by step. Parent A is where? In E package. Child A is where? In E package. Okay. Both are into the same package. Done. Now I am trying to access child A, which is this class name, extending the parent A. It is saying that now there is a problem. Do you see? It is saying that cannot inherit. I cannot inherit. It is saying that I cannot inherit from the final. I cannot inherit from the final. What do you mean by this one? So now I will tell you one thing here. You need to understand this one very clearly. So technically what we are learning is final. What we are learning? Final on class level. Class level. So he is parent, okay, and he is the child, okay, both having the parent-child relationship, okay. This is happy now, happy family, okay. Now what happened? After some times there is something happened between parent and child, okay. So technically when this relationship build, what will happen? Assume that this parent having 50 lakh of balance plus some land plus some jewelry, okay. Now this child have 20 lakh plus some land plus jewelry, okay. What is this family happen? Families consist plus of both the property, yes or no, okay. Now assume that something happen. Something happen means now this parent and child hierarchy or relationship is no more, okay. Some fight happen between parent and child. So parent decide not to give my property to child. What they did is all the property of parent become final. So he made it, parent made it his property to the final. So when you remember, right, that there was a parent-child relationship, so both having happy 50 plus 20, land plus land, jewelry plus jewelry. Now some differences happen. So what he did, he made his property as a final. Now what happened is automatically the total, the child, total width, not width, what to say, total property, wealth of the property went down. Wealth of the property went down. Which wealth? Child property wealth down. So that is the importance of the final. If you are happy with me, I will not make my property final. If you are not happy with me, I will make my property final, and then you will get the error. Assume that now I am putting here public, okay. Public means both are happy, parent, child are happy, child is having all those property of the parent. Now there is some difference happened between parent and child. Now parent decided not to provide the or not to give my inherited property to the child. So parent made it his property to final. Automatically child is start getting the error here. Do you see? Error. So that is the powerful things. Got it, guys? What is the final? So final means if a class declared as a final, then you cannot create a child class. If your parent don't want to inherit the property with the child, they can make their property as a final. That's all. So we understood one thing: public, accessible from anywhere, then default, accessible only within a package. Final means you cannot make a parent-child relationship if your class is final. Does not matter if you are within a package or outside the package. Here package what did not involved. Only relationship matter. Parent-child, parent-child. Done? Now coming to the another important access modifier is called abstract access modifier. What is called? Abstract. What do you mean by abstract? This is the another interesting one. Abstract. So what should I do here? I'm just putting the comment. So later point of time, if you want to, execute this code, you can execute easily. Okay. Now I am closing this one. A, B, C, D, E, F. F. A, B, C, D, E, F. What I was explaining? Abstract. Huh? Abstract is simple. Okay, abstract. So here I am creating the class called employee. Imply. By default, it is creating the public class, no problem. So I am making this as a abstract, ABSTRACT. Abstract class. Now, do you see some error here? What is this error? Why it is giving the error? Because ABSTRS, no error. So I am creating the lab one here. Okay. Here package doesn't matters. Okay. I am having the main method here. Now I am putting here public. Okay. Later I will change. Now I am creating the object of employee. Employee equal to new employee. Okay. Employee. All good, no problem. Technically what I write here is I am able to create the object of employee class. Okay, that's what I made a statement. Now instead of public abstract, I am putting as ABSTRACT abstract. As soon I change this one, do you see one related problem? Now I came here. I am start getting the error. What it is saying that employee is abstract. The class employee is abstract. Hence you cannot instantiate. Instantiate means you cannot create the object. So if you want your class to be protected from the creating the object, then you can make your class as a abstract. But the question is that, sir, I got it that if I will make my class as a abstract, no one can create the object. That thing I got it. But at the end, the motivation is to create the class is that someone can create the object. That is the reason I am creating class. No, If someone can't be able to create the object, then what is the point to have the class? Valid or not valid? Tell me. Simple thing, by having the abstract class, I am restricting the object creation. The question is that if I don't want to create the object, why should I am creating the class? Valid or not valid? Sometimes for the security, first of all, this I will explain you what is the meaning of object, but high level, the meaning of object is if I am creating the object of the any class. Let me create it, okay? Then you will understand. Assume that my class name is ATM, okay? And I have to rename the file. My class name is ATM. Okay. In this ATM class, I have few members, which is I'm putting private. ATM number, okay. ATM holder name. APIPOTHI. Let's have two things only. Okay. Done. Now I have created the object of ATM and I am accessing the ATM details. Do you see how to access? Okay, I am able to access. Yes or no? So I am just putting this out, system.out.println, and I am printing this one. Simple thing. Done. If I run this code, you will get the output. But ATM details is confidential. So technically what I am trying to show you that as soon as I am creating the object, and after creating the object, with the help of object, I am able to access these details from where? ATM. ATM is what? Class. Which class? Public class. Okay. Now, this is the confidential information. Somehow you realized that no, I don't want to share the ATM detail to the any other classes. Then what you did? You made this one as a abstract. Abstract, right? As soon as you made the abstract, here no problem. But all those things here you are getting the issue. You see error. So if I run this code, you will get the same error that this class cannot be instantiated because of abstract. So by having your abstract class, actually you can provide more security to the classes. Real time you got it or not? So I am commenting this one. All good? So this is about the access modifier. The last access modifier and not important access modifier is strict FP. Strict FP is basically stands for strict floating point. Now what does it mean? It means same. If I will ask you what is the value of pi, what you will say? Ping on the chat window. What is the value of pi? Pi means what? 22/7. Someone will say 3.14. Someone will say 3.141 5. Okay, you remember strict FP data type. So if I will Google it, they will give some after decimal some more numbers. Okay, some numbers you will get it here. Yes, now all our answers are correct only. Yes or no? Yes. Assume that I wrote my code considering that the pi value is 3.14. Who considered? I considered. I wrote my code like that. But when you are expecting from me that when you are giving the some value, you are getting some difference after decimal. You are getting some difference. Post decimal, some differences. Why? Because you are expecting that I should take the pi value as a after decimal 4 number. But what I did, I have taken only 2 number. So conflict happen. So your output has some differences. Yes or no? So to avoid this one, either we both have to agree that, okay, we will use this pi value only, mutually agreement. Or we have to do something on the program level. So to do something, the Java has came with another called strict FP, okay, which is IEEE 754 standards, okay, so that your result will be aligned, okay. But then what happen is Java realized that, see, strict FP's main goal is to both should be into the same standard, okay. Why not we can do the inbuilt, okay. Then what they did, they removed that strict FP from the class level access modifier, and from Java 1.2 they are taking by default only. Whether you are writing a strict FP class or not, it is automatically taken care from Java 1.2 onwards, okay. So you don't have to worry on the developer level that this, after decimal some differences will happen. Clear, guys? Clear or not clear? Clear. So basically today we covered the class access modifier, public, default, final, abstract and strict FP. These things we covered today, okay. Next class we'll cover the constructor. Constructor is the important concept. How much time? Almost 8:30. So constructor is the important topic we will cover into the next class. Constructor, object, both will come then we'll focus on method, okay. So this I am putting into the carrying forward to the next session. Meanwhile, I am putting the code into the Git, okay. So where is the Git? So I will move this code, but let me take the Chrome. I forgot the comment only. Today is day 8, okay. Day 8. Commit and push. Thank you so much for attending the session. We will meet on next week. Okay. Thank you guys. Bye. Take care.